I figured I'd come out. Do you not see the sunset happening behind me? I don't want to make anybody sick. Do you see the sunset? Let me turn you around. Hold on a second. Let me turn you around. Oops. There you go. Do you not see the sunset happening behind the trees? Isn't that just beautiful? Don't want to make anybody nauseous or sick with the motion, but isn't that beautiful? Oh, that was so pretty, especially right there, right through the trees. So, I figured I'd come out. I think I got this chat labeled right, or this thing. I thought, if I didn't, I'll go back in and change it. Hopefully you can hear me loud and clear. I didn't schedule a live today because I didn't know if I was going to have the energy to come on. We did some straightening up as best as I could do in the garage to try to get things organized, unload a storage unit. And as we were going through things, I thought, you know, I need to really think about what I need to keep and what I don't. And I said to my mom, you know, when we moved, I said, you know, when we moved from Cincinnati to here, we couldn't even deal with any of it. It was just like, throw it in the pod, we'll deal with it later. And I think after we moved here, it took us a while to deal with it. And we didn't know, too, whether we were going to be moving to another location. But we're not for another 15 months. We may still stay here after that. I don't know. We really like it here where we're renting. So we'll just see what God has in store. It's windy, so my hair is just... Anyway, and so we were just not seeing, hi Mischief Manage, if we were going to stay or not. So we just kind of, you know, we're debating, and we want to unload the storage unit so that we can bring it here. And then, you know, I'm just going to always call my girl, my daughter and her husband, the kids. They're going to come, and there's some stuff in the storage unit they'll need for their home. And so we'll unload that, and then whatever they're not going to use, we're just going to store in the garage. We have to get it sorted and organized because we just literally threw everything in it when we were moving. But I said to my mom, I said, you know what? Stuff that we should have thrown away before we moved that just didn't happen. Why didn't we? Because we were under so much. My dad died in 2021, and then just the life happened, and then moving was so, you know, so it was a lot. And it was like, we couldn't deal. It was just throw everything in a box and we'll deal with it later. And I'm so proud. Let me just tell you, I am so proud of my husband. He had a very difficult upbringing where there were storage units that were lost, not to his own. Hi, too fine for you. He had not the greatest stepfather, and so he has a really hard time letting things go because he really went through a lot. And so he's throwing things away that's like, you know what, I don't need this anymore. I'm going to declutter. And I'm like, I am so proud of you. And I'm like, we got to start with the garage, and then I need to get our room organized better than it is. Hi, Remy. And I thought, you know what, we just need to get it done. And I'm limited. And, you know, this morning I woke up with a headache. I had a headache. I'm out here. I mean, we're all so proud of him. Yes, we are. I will tell him. I thought, what a pretty view to do it. But I just thought, I don't even feel like setting up the stuff and putting on the microphone. So I know I need to go live tonight. And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to come out. It's the one thing I'm looking forward to spring and summer is that I can come out here. Hopefully you all can hear me real well. And I can come out here and set things up and just talk and have quite a view with the lake, and we can sit out here and talk. So I'm really looking forward to that, coming out with my crochet and sitting here and just get her done. Absolutely. Josh is on, so good job. We're all telling you how awesomely proud we are of you, Josh. Just so you know, Joshua Jones is my hubby, and he's one of the mods tonight. So we are so proud of you. But I woke up this morning with a headache, and I'm like, I hate fibromyalgia. I really did. Really just hated it. And I thought, you know what? I did my normal stuff. I had my dinner early. I took my medicine. I had a Coke. I had some chocolate. And sometimes that'll kick in and I'm like, okay. Really didn't feel like going out to do anything. And I made myself lay down with something over my eyes and close my eyes for half an hour, and that seemed to get rid of it. I'm like, I really need one of those Falcon masks. I have them on my Amazon wish list, the purple one. I need one of those just to be able to put on my head when I get one of the migraines, because I laid down, closed my eyes for half an hour, and it was gone. I'm like, why didn't I do this sooner? And they said, okay, I don't really want to go out to the garage. I have to have a seat and I can't do any lifting. My back won't allow me to do any lifting. I have to be careful, but I can go through stuff and I can help where I can. And I went out there for a couple hours. I'm done. So when I get done with this, I'm going to go get comfortable. I'm going to go have something to eat, my tea, and I'm going to just rest. But I'm really glad that I did what I needed to do to self-care for myself, so that I could do what I knew needed to get done. And I think that certain projects, I think we get so overwhelmed with, and we go, that's daunting. And the thought of going out to the garage and getting things unpacked and undone and sorted and thrown out, we're like, I don't want to do this. I'd rather just be in my room crocheting, please, and watching movies and television. But I don't want to spend $74 a month on a U-Haul, a U-Haul storage unit. When we have the storage unit here, we just have it poorly organized. So, I just think that sometimes we just have to go do it. The initial part of getting started is really hard. It's really like, I don't want to do this. It becomes overwhelming. Where do you start? You start someplace. You find a hole and you go start someplace. So we're going out there. I was hoping to get the garage sorted enough so that we could get it to the point of emptying the storage unit before the next, pay, but it's not going to happen. It'll happen next month, which is fine. Mrs. Manna says, I'm doing the same. I'm starting with my cupboards. Great. So glad. So happy. Another thing I was thinking of that I wanted to do is I was thinking, Remy, did I say it right? Remy. I hope I said it right. I don't know if I can pronounce the last name, but Remy, I'm going to go with that. Hi. I'm thinking of starting a thing to do, and I don't care whether you have a channel or not, but the first person I'm going to see, one of my friends who really kind of had, she started it, if she's willing to come on, and I think she will, but kind of just having you meet my friends. Somebody said to me, well, you know what, I really wish growing up I could have somebody just sit on the couch and be there when I just felt like I was alone. And you want your garage that you never had. You may get it and you may not. We're working to make a little spot in the garage for you. But anyway, but somebody said to me, somebody said in live, well, we're going to be your friends on that virtual couch. So I thought, I don't care really whether you have a channel or not. There's the birds, y'all. But I thought maybe I could have some of the people that, I've, become friends with, that we could just, and my friends that I know, we met my daughter, but just kind of have time where we just have you come and we're going to sit on the couch virtually and just laugh and have fun and talk. And I thought maybe that would be fun. I don't know. We'll see. But if she'll do it, the first person that someday I'll have my barn back. Mr. Manager said, I thought that may be fun to do that. I thought the first one I want to do is, You want to put the car away this winter? Yeah, it'd be nice, but I don't know if that's going to happen, but we'll try. But I just thought that may be fun to do. So I'm going to see if I can start making that happen. But again, the first person I would want to have is my friend, and I have to ask her if she'll be willing to do it. But I thought that'd be fun. There's several people I have met through here that I would love to do that with. I'm going to have Kelly B69 on my channel at one point. And guys, I was so excited today because I was in the lifeboat. And if you're not, hello, Mary, first time here from the lifeboat. Nice to meet you, Rhonda. It's nice to meet you too. What was I going to say? You know what? I don't normally say things, and I understand what you're saying, and I understand put chapstick on, and that's nice. I'm out here. I'm tired. And if you have a problem with the fact that I don't have chapstick on, then you need to leave. Sorry, but you need to leave. Because my friends are all here, and they will sit here, and they're not. If they think that I have some dry lips and I need to put some chapstick on, my friends are not going to say anything. So, thank you. I'm not here for anybody to look at my lips. I'm here just to talk to my friends. And sometimes comments like that need to stay with whoever they are. They do not need to be typed out. And I'm going to leave it at that. And so, anyway, let's go back to some more relative discussion other than that. Yes, it was. It was. It was. She did an amazing job. Kelly B69 did. Amazing, amazing job. But I don't even know where I was. I'm going back there, y'all. I think some people, I'm trying not to get upset. But I just sit there and think if that's all you can focus on, then you're not focusing on the subject that I'm talking about. You're not focusing on me. Thank you, Mischief Manager. I know. And I've been working. And I just came out here, and this is who I am. I don't listen. There's people that want to come on, and they won't come on unless they have makeup and their hair fixed just right and lipstick on, and that's fine. You do you, boo. But you know what? I really come on just how I am. Usually I don't put makeup on, and you know why I don't? Sometimes it hurts. People don't realize that people with fibromyalgia, it hurts. Your skin hurts. Your skin really hurts. And sometimes when you put makeup on, the touch of the makeup hurts your skin. The touch of anything. Thank you, honey. Last time you put makeup on, Mischief Manage, it hurts. I mean, I put it on Sunday morning, but sometimes, I mean, my husband will tell you, he can just, kind of, give me a hug and it hurts. And so sometimes just putting makeup on hurts my skin. When your skin hurts, that's really, it's a bummer. But anyway, so I just came out. We've been working. I've been sitting in the garage. We've been working for like 2 hours. So I'm tired, but I thought I got to come on. But you see this beautiful sunset. Look what's happening. Look at the beauty behind me. Look at the beauty behind me. Isn't the sunset beautiful? I mean, it is just stunning. It's stunning. It's just beautiful. It is just beautiful there. Anyways, on the lifeboat this morning. And if y'all are not on the lifeboat, jump on the lifeboat. Or we're going to put you on the plank, right? No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, Thank you, Rhonda, too, as well. Anyway, and I said to Tommy, I said, y'all should have a fibromyalgia panel, which he had been talking about before. And he goes, yes. And I said, I will be glad to come on. And he said, yes, I will be glad to have you on that panel. Boy. So Tommy, if you're listening or you're looking, I'll be glad to come on. I'm so grateful for all my friends on the lifeboat and all the people that I have come to care for and love, and that have become my friends and surrounded me. You guys are amazing, and I'm just so grateful. You know, and this is what I was talking about the other night. Who has your back? You know, there was a comment, wasn't the nicest. It probably needed to not be said. And look how many people came and had my back. And we can do it nicely, and we can do it respectfully, but we can do it in a way that, you know, the other person feels like, yeah, let's move on. It's not going to it's not going to hurt here. And so, you know what? Sometimes it's hard to let comments like that roll off your back. I'm getting better at it. And I think we need people coming beside us just saying, I got my friend's back. And I appreciate those people that have my back tremendously. Tremendously have my back. So I just thought I'd come out, come live, show you the sunset, talk a little bit. I mean, that's just beautiful. That is just God's beauty right there. God's beauty, right? It amazes me. Super sensitive, yeah. And I just think, you know, some people need to keep their comments and their thoughts to themselves. We're not here to drag anybody down. We're here to just lift people up. And I hope I do that. I hope I lift you up. But, you know, I just be me a lot of the times. And people that want to put makeup on and come on their channel, go right for it. Do you. If it makes you feel beautiful to put makeup on and have your hair fixed, that's fine. Yeah, you do you. Go ahead and do it. If that's what makes you feel good about yourself, go right ahead and do it. But y'all, makeup's gotten expensive. Especially the stuff I use. It's Almay. It's the only thing I can use. It doesn't make my skin break out. But I'm just like, man, it can get expensive. So I only put it on when I have to, because sometimes, man, it hurts to put it on. It hurts to wear clothes. It hurts to... People don't tell you, yeah, when you have fibromyalgia, it hurts you to have clothes touch your skin, or this to touch your skin, or this to move, or whatever it is. It's like... But I just go with, do I have a choice? No, I don't. Do I have to live with it? Yeah. Am I going to get through it? Yes. Am I going to make it stop me from reaching my dreams? No. Because I got dreams, y'all. Connection, y'all. Mischief manage. Rhonda, recognize each other. You know what's happening slowly but surely as we're doing this connection project. And Rhonda, if you're not familiar with the connection project we're doing for Tommy, I have a P.O. box. And it is in my description below. We are looking for sending postcards out. I'm looking for postcards to Tommy. You can send one to Cedar. You can send one to Spanx. It just needs to be in English. It needs to be legible. It needs to be legible and readable. Just a little thank you to thank him what he's done. And we've got a whole project behind that. And if you go look up Connection Project 4, the actual number 4, the lifeboat, yeah, 4 and TLB, the lifeboat, abbreviated, you'll come in that group and you'll find out we're doing a lot more for this project just to thank him. And I think in the process, we're going to show people what connection can do and how connection can really make a difference in somebody's life. And there's just so much. So look for that. But my postcard is, yeah, sometimes it even hurts to lay in bed. Oh, I know. And believe me, I know. I'm so sorry. I'll be praying for you if we can put some ones in the chat. But anyway, in my description below is my P.O. box. If you want to send a postcard to Tommy, I have a box all set up, and I'm putting them postcards in, and we're going to send him a whole ton worth of postcards. And I did open my P.O. box for anybody that wanted to send a card or a postcard for Steve Molesky's family too. Just whether it's the postcard or whether it's a card or a letter, a card or a postcard for Steve, just clearly mark it so I know who's who. And the only thing is, the first postcard I did, on the very bottom, the name got covered up of who sent it, and I was able to find out who did. So just maybe on the side of the postcard, put your name, if you're comfortable putting your YouTube name, so he can match those. But what's happening is people that I'm finding coming through the Connection Project, I'm seeing when I go on the Lifeboat going, I know them, in a way that I haven't. And y'all, there's 83 people in this project. There's 860 in the Lifeboat group. So I've started kind of putting it in the chat as discreetly as I can so that he knows that he doesn't know what's going on, but other people know that it's happening. I may be Tommy in a few minutes and we'll just be in the dark like he was the other night. Hi, Miss Dragon. So, so again, send those postcards in. We're watching the sunset over here. We're watching the sunset. That's fine. That's fine. Just if you're sending more than one, if you don't put to who it is, and I don't know who it is, and then we'll make it. And I'm going to pass all the postcards and cards over for Steve's family to Jen Marie, and she's on Between the Cracks. So, but isn't that beautiful? That picture, y'all. Isn't that pretty? The lake there. I just thought, I didn't feel like, God bless Mary, such a lovely idea. It may take a while for mine to get there from Britain. That's okay. That's okay. Go in, if you're not in the Lifeboat group on Facebook, go in there and just go in the little search icon and type my name, and you'll see posts I've done in there about the group. The reason I set up the Connection Project 4, the number 4, the Lifeboat, was because I didn't want to talk about all the stuff, the whole project. I didn't want him to find out all about it, because we got some stuff planned for him. And you know what? It'd be awesome if we could get some stuff to Q too as well, and to Q's mama, and it'll be amazing. So I just thought I do not feel like going on my computer and loading that all up and going on, and I thought, I'm just going to take my phone out. We're just going to see the sunset as Mary gets darker and darker. I thought I wanted to come on for a few minutes, but I just really encourage, and if you haven't hit them thumbs up, hit them. And if you haven't subscribed, shame on you, subscribe. And if you haven't shared me out, share me out. Because I really want to get to I want to get those 3,000 watch hours and the 500. Tea's almost done. Are you trying to tell me something, honey? My mom and I have our afternoon tea. Well, of course it's later than afternoon, but anyway. We have our PG Tips afternoon tea, but we're late a little bit, but it's just so pretty. See the moon? You see the moon? I think that's the moon back there. I inquired about Q's consumer amounts. You have to finish the rest of it. Got more than he can use. Okay. Hello, moon. Isn't that pretty? I think this is going to be fun. As long as the connection is okay, I think this is going to be fun for me to come out here and I can face this way, as long as it's not raining too much, and bring my crochet and we can just chit-chat. We can chit-chat. But what do you think about me bringing some friends on and just having the opportunity to get to know me a little bit more through some of my friends? I think it'd be a neat concept. We just come on like we're friends on a couch, just sitting there and chit-chatting and laughing and having fun. And forgetting the people that want to tell me to put chapstick on, right? We can tell them where to go, right? 5 by 5, you sound great. Awesome. Awesome. I'm glad. Yep. This is so pretty. Friends would be great. I think it'd be fun. I think it would be fun. I just, just keep checking. Make sure you subscribe to me. And like everybody's been telling, I think everybody's been dropping subscribers. And if you have a Facebook page and you can share my channel, then go ahead and share it. Because we're going to do some pretty cool things. And I hope it's not all, I don't want it to be all trim and drab. There's sometimes, yeah, it is peaceful. There's sometimes I'm going to come in here and say, I have no idea what to talk about. What do y'all want to talk about? Let's just put something and let's chat. Let's see what you're doing. And, maybe I can have some people that may be struggling with something that they can come on and just have somebody to talk to. Not the chapstick girl. Not those kind of people, but you all are more than welcome to come on. I think the sunset and the moon are, well, it's almost gone, but I think the moon and the sun, isn't that just gorgeous, y'all? I look around thinking, God does such amazing. We can go through boxes together. Yep, I'll gladly do it. There's the geese. If you all haven't had the opportunity, I'll let you see this view versus my ugly mug. Of course, my husband would have a different opinion about that, but there's the geese out there. But if you all haven't had the chance to see Fly Away Home, oh my goodness, I love that movie about the geese, and it's based on a true story. So when we were in Cincinnati and we lived, there were several geeses around, and I named one Nan and Papu. So we always say there's Nan and Papu, Nan and George, and there. Yeah, it is. It's a great movie, y'all. Another good movie is A Walk to Remember. Oh my goodness, I love that movie too. I almost floated laughing while I'm... Yeah, it is a great movie. That movie, I love that. So see, we have our geese. And when we were in Cincinnati, they didn't want the geese around. So they ended up taking, this one guy would go out with this little motorboat, try to get them to go away. But there's Nana and George. Those were my grandparents, was Nana and George. And so that's what I do, is name Nana and George. But I love it. I think it's so cool. Walk to Remember is another really good movie. I love that movie. I could watch that several times. Just seeing the transformation in that one. It's a sad ending, but it's a really, really good movie. I love Walk to Remember. Cool Runnings is another one. I love that movie. I saw that when it first came out over and over and over and over. I need my glasses. Almost folded laundry. It's a nice hobby. Yeah, so, So, anyway. You're just learning how to crochet? Well, you're in for a hoot. You're in for a hoot. It's just keep at it. I cried for days. Yeah. Oh, somebody got upset. They just flew off. Somebody got a little ticked off at something and they just went flying off. They had an argument. And I cry too, but what I like about that movie is the transformation there's the moon that's coming out even more. I like just seeing him transform from this guy that was really harsh and, kind of not so nice to somebody that's just sweet and nice. And I just love that. I love seeing the change. And I liked Cool Runnings too. That was a great, great movie. Great movie was Cool Runnings. Loved that movie. Oh, I went to the movie theaters when that came out, and I just watched it over and over again. Do you know Walk to Remember was actually based on a real story? It's a real book. And the gentleman that made that movie, it was based on his sister. And yes, she's on the lifeboat too. Miss Dragon's a mod on there. She's on, but that movie was based, and it was his sister, and the actual story, I think, of her sister's husband, I believe, and it's a fascinating story. No, I've never seen Facing the Giants. Never. But I probably am going to have to look at that one. I watch a lot of series as I'm crocheting. I've watched Cadney and Lacey, Murder, She Wrote, Benson, several different stories that I watched. And series as I'm doing it. But we watched the sunset together, y'all. And that moon's just coming out beautiful. Kind of see a glow around me a little bit. But I just figured out we'll come out. I'll come on live. You love soap? Well, if you like soap, then you'll love Benson. I could watch Benson. I'll never get tired of Benson. Another one that I recently that was on finally to watch was 8 is Enough. Love that one. Oh, Heartland is another one. My husband and I love that one. Virgin River, we like that one. My husband and I watched that together, and I got him into When Calls the Heart, and my daughter. When Calls the Heart, and it was so funny. It took him a while, and then we were hearties after that. And then it was so funny with Downton Abbey. Hi, Yarnworks. Hi, Lydia. I remembered this time. I started off, and then I said Lydia. Anyway, what was it? Downton Abbey. You mailed your postcard. Great, Kelly B. I'm going to get you on here one day. Did you hear Tommy? He said he's going to do the fibromyalgia panel. He said, yep, I'll have you on today. And I was like, yay. It made my headache feel better for a moment. But Benson was great. I'm old enough to watch them when they are primed on regular. Oh, me too. Knight Rider. Knight Rider was one, too, I could watch over and over again. And so forth. What was it? Oh, Downton Abbey. And the second movie came out. Now, I've been trying to get my daughter to watch this series forever, right? She did a great live last night, Mischief Manage. I was like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get it on. I'm going to get on the, get her in. And I couldn't get it in. When we message, you tell him, get that panel going and get Mary on. I know he will. It would be a great honor to come on and be a part of that panel, because I'd love to be able to help people and talk about it and have a voice to it and so forth. But anyway, and my husband and I were going to go see the second movie in the movie theater. And my daughter was there, and I said, we're going to go see it, but of course you know nothing about Downton Abbey. And I said, you don't have to come. And she's like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and come. And I said, okay. And then she watched the whole show. She watched the whole Downton Abbey. And then we got home, and she goes, okay, Mom, we can start watching from the beginning. I'm like, now, it took to take you to the movie theater to get you involved in that. And we binged watched that as I was putting flowers together for her wedding. Yep, Cadney and Lacey. Love that one too. Mem loves crochet. Is it Tammy? Did I get it right? I may have Caribbean. I never heard of that one, Miss Jargon. Cadney and Lacey, I watched that whole thing. Oh, I got it right. Magnum PI, that's another one. I've watched the whole series. When I get into crochet, I can sit and watch. I'll try to pick out a series. Another one is Hazel. And I started watching them People, I hope, don't mind me that I'm in the dark, but Hazel was another one I watched. We're gonna pull a Tommy, but I have more light than he did when he was taking that walk. Hazel was another one I watched, but they only had the first 2 series. And I'm sitting there going, Hazel from this, I thought her and I would have gotten along swimmingly. Now this weekend we have a women's conference at a church. So maybe I'll try to take a little video of that, a little bit, take some pictures and so forth. My husband watches Blue Bloods. I think he's watched that. I haven't watched it. Hi, Kristen. Hi, my friend. I want to have you on. I said to everybody before everybody didn't come on, but I would like to do a virtual couch where I bring my friends on and we just laugh it up. But the first person I want to see is my friend that actually I did laugh for the first time over a selfie stick, and I want to try to get her on first and see if she'll come on. But I think that would be so much fun. And you be one of the friends I'd bring on my channel along with others to sit on my virtual couch and let's just have fun and let's chit chat and so forth and so on. So that would be fun. But I got to ask her first, because if I do it, I want to do it with her first. Carabiner is about a nun who basically defied orders from the vixen to try to help others. I'll have to look it up, Miss Dragon. Absolutely. Have to. Look at that moon. Look at that moon. So anyway. The Flying Nun. Oh yes, I've seen that one too. I've started that series and I need to go back to that series. Yeah, we were watching the sunset and watching, you can see some of the stars, I think, but there's that moon out there. Which is the other one? There's another one. There's if I find a series I like, I'll watch it. Or a movie series or something like that. And I could go back and watch Downton Abbey all over again. Love that show. Creatures Great and Small. Love the old one, and I've watched that one. It was so funny. When I had surgery, I mean major surgery, in 2010. And my husband's grandmother, she came down to help a little bit. She was just coming down. It was like emergency surgery I had to have. And I went to the hospital for something, and they said, I've got a humongous cyst. And I said, can I go home? And they said, you go home, you're going, if it bursts, you're gone. And they said, you're not going anywhere. So they had me stay in the hospital. And I went Thursday. I was in the operating room Saturday, and so forth. And so we had, now you can get the stream, but we had the tapes of All Creatures Great and Small. And in the second season, what was it? Second season, they of course, James Harriet and his wife, had gotten married or so forth, and she just said, Mary, I can't believe your mom allowed you to watch this show. And I was sitting going, Grandma, they're married. She was so, I'm like, they're married. There's nothing wrong. They're married. I still laugh about that. She thought that was so terrible that my parents allowed me to watch that show. And I was like, but they're married. It's no big deal. I love that show. But I thought it was so funny. Of course, laughing when I had 30 stitches down my stomach was not fun, y'all. Let me just tell you. It was not fun. And I had never had surgery like that ever again, or ever in my life. And they were like, yep, you're checking in the hospital and you're not going home. And my husband never left my side. I was in the hospital for 5 days, but it was a 17-centimeter cyst that they had to take out. Let me talk about pain. Ooh. I told them they wanted to take out my IV for the pain medication. I said, no, you ain't taking this out yet. Nope. Sorry, ain't happening. I pressed that button so much when I first had to get up, I was screaming. Oh, I Love Lucy. Seasons of I Love Lucy and their own separate on the twin beds. She thought that was so crazy that I was being allowed to watch that. Just like, I was cracking up. It was so funny. And she was down another time, and she had the TV in my daughter's room, and she started, Josh, 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 and he comes running, thinking something's wrong, and she goes, "How do I turn this off?" And she had signed up for Showtime, but it was on the Showtime. It was a little naughty on the Showtime. She was horrified. She was like, "Oh my goodness, how do I do this?" And we were laughing. Oh my goodness. Signed us up for Showtime, but it was a little much for her, a little racy for her. She can be a little cougar, but she's amazing to be 96 and still going strong. And I think she's got 6 children, so you can just imagine the grandchildren and the great-grandchildren. And then one of these days, way down the road, when Christina has children, it will be, and she's still here for it, which is not anytime soon, it will actually be her first great-grandchild. So I told her, you can't go anywhere. Hi, Brandon, until, you can't leave this world until Christina has a child. And then you can say you held your great-great-grandchild. But, oh my goodness, look at that moon. That pretty. I'm in the dark, but we just watched the sunset, and people are talking, so guess what? I'm just going to hang out. You don't mind? Lived to be 103. Well, my grandmother lived to be 95. And the only thing that took her down was she broke her hip, and then she didn't have 2 working arms that were workable. They both had issues. And so she didn't have the strength to lift herself to do anything to recover from it. So, she was ready. She would have not been happy to be in bed. Sadly, my grandmother passed at 81 due to cancer. Oh, I'm sorry, Brandon. My grandmother was in her 70s when she passed. "10 years ago. Oh, my dad and stepmom were both in their 90s. My grandmother was in her 70s, and she had had a stroke, and she had actually fell in the bathroom, and that's where they found her, and it had been a couple days, and then she was around for about 2 more weeks. That was my dad's grandmother. But then my other grandmother lived to be 95, and that was the only thing that took her down, was that broken hip. And they did surgery, but she was done. She didn't want, she couldn't be moving and walking and being independent. She didn't want to be here. And that was just the truth. But she was Scottish, and she was tough. I remember being in the hospital with her, and you're flying to Arizona sometime this month to see my brother. You're still alive. You gonna stop by and see Tommy, Miss Dragon? You don't have to answer me here, but anyway. But what was it? I forgot what I was gonna say. Don't you hate that? You think of something else, pops in your dang on head, and you forget it. Oh no, I was in the hospital with her. And I will never forget that I was watching television. She was sound asleep. And I was watching television. It was really low, and I couldn't fall asleep. I'm sitting in this uncomfortable chair. Somebody had to be with her. And I was giving my mom a break and so forth, so I stayed overnight. And she fussed at me. She fussed at me because I had the TV on. She actually called in the nurse. Because I was watching TV. The sweetest nurse you could have ever asked for. And she just said, "You don't turn off the TV, I'm calling the cops." Thank God I had my phone and I could put Judge Judy on, but she was like, "You don't turn off that TV." And I'm like, I can't fall asleep. It's 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and the chairs in the hospital are not very comfortable. I hope you have a safe trip, Miss Dragon. Oh, yes, she did tell on me. She was feisty little self. Ooh. She was feisty. My grandmother, God love her, but she just told you like it was. She didn't care whether you liked it or not. She just told you. And if you didn't like it, too bad. Honey, you would melt. I think Arizona's probably hotter than Florida. So anyway, I got 15 people on here. I got 10 thummies. If you're sitting here lurking, you better come forward. And if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. Miss Dragon, if you want to drop the lifeboat, go ahead. If you want to drop your channel, go ahead. And please hit those thummies. They really help. My grandmother, Tammy says, and that's Mimi Loves Crochet. My grandmother taught me to crochet at 12 years old. It is a wonderful, wonderful way to deal with pain. It's a wonderful outlet. It's great for your mental well-being and your health. I'm very grateful that I was taught how to do it and that it was persistent. They are your parents. Yep. And also like My Other's Keeper, I've been on there a couple times with my daughter and talking about fibromyalgia as well. So that's a great channel as well. And I'm going to have her on because my grandmother that passed away in her 70s actually really suffered from bipolar. And I think it would be a great discussion to have with her from her perspective of somebody that also deals with that. Brandon said, my mom told her, my grandmother, Mom, just be with God. And when Mom went into the kitchen, she came back and said, Grandma was gone. Yep. You know what? When somebody's ready to leave this world, they'll leave it. And that's what my grandmother did. Both grandmothers. It's cold here in North Ireland. It's cold here. Well, it's a little chilly. It was in the 60s. It's probably in the 50s now. I'm really not looking forward to spring. Gonna wrangle your kids in the splish splash, take a bath? Well, do it safe. Wrangle them safely, Christine. Give that little boy a hug from me. Oh, I'm Irish. Well, I'm Scottish and part Greek, if you want to know about that. Phew. So if you had in those thumbs, you know, people, you got your content creators on one side, and I'm no fancy dancy anybody, but you know what? Hitting those thumbs, making the comments once the video is over. And if you have a channel, when this video is over, make a comment. If you need subscribers, put your channel in so they can hit your avatar and go right to your channel and sub. But it's really important that you hit those thummies, you check and make sure you're subscribed, you make a comment. And that, you know, not everybody, I'll eventually have my super chats up and everything, but not everybody can do that. But I can help and support my content creators that I really like, and those that are doing a good thing and providing connection and communication. And this live chat that's going on, you all are connecting with each other. And, you know, just saying hello or putting a smiley face in the comment and doing the thumbs up and, you know, subscribing and everything. It's all free. It doesn't cost anything. And you are doing more than what you think. Oh, well, Tammy and Mimi Loves Crochet. I know they're doing it. So, you know, I'm going to be a content creator for a moment and say, just check your subscriptions. Because I know my daughter came on and she has like 3 different channels, right? She subbed one day and I had 207 subs. And then it looked like an hour later and I had 204. And I'm like, well, where did those 3 subs go? I don't understand it. Rhonda says, my mom told my grandmother the same thing. I wonder if they are friends in heaven. Well, you know what? There's, you know, that's a good video, especially you missed the person that thought I needed to wear chapstick today, Miss Dragon. Josh got that one blocked. Tammy, the only thing that I can say is this. I've said it here from the very day of this channel. I am a believer. I will respect people's different views of their religion. I will be respectful, but for me, there is Jesus. That is the only way, only truth, light is through him. The only way to heaven is through Jesus. You cannot do enough good works. If you have him as your personal Savior and accept the gift that he gave by dying on the cross for your sins, then that's where you're going. But I'm not here to bash anybody over the head. I'm not here to hit you with my Bible. It is what I believe. I'm not going to Miss either some mod, please remove SK, please, or remove that comment. Anyway, you know, I just you know, it is what I believe. But I'm not here to, I'm going to respect everybody. I'm going to respect your comment. Thank you. I'm going to respect your comment, and I'm going to respect your religious beliefs. I'm going to, as long as mine are respected. It is what I believe, but I'm not going to hide it. Well, Tammy, I'm definitely a believer and actually know of heaven and death experienced in 86. Well, see, you know what? I know where my dad is. I know where my grandmother is. My uncle, I don't know. My uncle was, if he came, yep, your actions speak a lot longer than words. Absolutely, Rhonda. Hi, Christy. You know, the thing is, and here's the thing that people have to realize. And I just tell everybody, the best movie you could sit there and watch is The Blind. You watch the transformation of Phil Robertson and what he went through. And, you know, he was not a good person when he came on, when he, you know, through his life, but then he changed and he came to the knowledge of Jesus, and that changed him. But I don't want to hit anybody over the head with my beliefs. I'll talk about them. We can agree to disagree. It's a lost art today in today's world. It's a lost art to have a discussion and say, listen, I don't agree with you. Let's agree to disagree. And guess what? At the end of it, I'm still going to be your friend. I'm still going to be your friend. Well, Mischief Manage, I will be. You go, girl. You get that cabinet undone. Loving church, Tammy. That's wonderful. I heard a wonderful line. You are the only Bible some people will ever read. Amen. I love them. Well, Rhonda, he did a movie called The Blind. Watch it. That's all I have to say. You know, by Mischief Manage. You know, there's a friend of mine. I will tell you one thing. She has an amazing heart. And just watching her heart, I'm telling you what, if I wasn't a believer in Christ, I'd be running to find out what her secret was. Just by what she's saying, how she's talking, how she's loving people. So it is. My other's keeper said, I had a friend who refused to accept Jesus because she couldn't be as good as a Christian as me. Not about your works. Not about your works at all. It's about who you are. It's about Jesus and what he did on the cross. I can't do anything good enough to get to heaven. And I know where my dad is. And I know, like I said, I don't know about my uncle. My uncle was an alcoholic. We tried to witness to him. He didn't want to hear it. I hope he's there. We have a feeling he may have received it towards the end. I don't know. And that I just have to sit there and go, that's up to God. Timothy says, my grandmother was on the 7th time reading the Bible when she passed. Mom and I read to her the last 4 years. My husband falls asleep to Phil Robertson's podcast. I believe Elvis is in heaven. Oh, it's a great film. Oh, it's a great film. amazing. I won't give it all away, but to see what he was like before he came to know Jesus. Yep, you do not need to clean up before you come into Jesus. Absolutely. I have a video that I'm going to send you, my other's keeper. I love listening to Lisa Harper. She's amazing. She did a really good speech today about it. But I believe Elvis is. I know his life does not maybe reflect it, but he was saved when he was young. And God is going to find you. He's gonna find you. He'll go after you. And when you're saved, he's not gonna let you go. Even if you drift away and you come back, he's got you. People can believe what they want to believe. It's up to them. I'm not here to hit anybody over the head, but I just thought, you know what? I cannot have this channel and hide that part of me. It is a part of me. I go to church. I believe in Christ. I believe in the Bible. I believe in His inherent word. And I thought, you know what? And there's times, my favorite saying is this, and it's not in the Bible, that says God will not give you more than you can handle. But guess what? My finish to that is no, God won't give you more than you can handle, but you can't handle anything without God. Can't handle one thing, and I know that very much throughout my life. But I'm not here to hit anybody over the head. Y'all, I'm here to just be thankful that everybody's here and support and love those and love my friends, and I'm going to disagree to agree on certain issues, and that's okay. Doesn't mean that I don't want to be your friend. Good night. Gone through that enough in my life. I'm done with friendless, and I'm sitting there going, I'm going to be friends with about anybody. As long as they're nice to me. I don't know about the chapstick girl, whether I can be friends with her or not, but I don't know if she's watching either, but next time think before you type stuff in there. Just think. And think whether whatever you put in there is worth the comment and worth uplifting somebody or not. Just a little bit of thought, because that's what we do here. We uplift each other. Yes, I do believe that, Tammy, that people that have mental illnesses, that they go to heaven. We have a girl in our church that is in a wheelchair, that I do believe 100% that there may need, I think she got sick, so I don't know if there was a point where she got saved before she got really sick. But she can't talk. But she can give the best smiles in the world. My goodness, she can. And, but you know what? If she left this world, she'd go right there. So Jesus does say that. People that are, there's people that are autistic that are nonverbal, and they'll never be verbal. But you know what? Oh, you're fine, Tammy. That's what this is for. Hi, Sandy Wandy. You're not speaking too much. Listen. This is what part is. And I agree, my other's keeper. I totally turned away several years and accepted him back and opened my arms once I returned. Absolutely. Absolutely. This is what this is all about. This is what my channel is. I'm in the dark, and that's not... Listen, here's a perfect example. I'm in the dark. You can't see me, but I'm not the focus. The focus is to open a space where we can all talk and connect and make friends. And at the end of this, you can say, hey, I got to connect with some people today. I feel better. I may be dealing with pain. I may be dealing with depression. I may be lonely. But here's an opportunity for you to talk as much as you want and make connections and make friends. And you know what? It's not about me. It is not about me whatsoever. Look at the connection that is happening, and Mary is in the dark. The focus is not me. It is all you in the chat. That's what this is all about. I was watching some other channel, and they said, you know what? They said the fibromyalgia community can sometimes be less accepting of people with fibromyalgia than other communities. And I thought, isn't that a shame? I'm like, good night. If you're sitting there with fibromyalgia pain, I just want to wrap my arms around you and go, can you tell me your story? Because my pain is different than somebody else's pain. Just like every autistic individual you meet is different. No one person is the same. We're all unique and we're different. Christy, you have fibromyalgia. God bless you. You're a pastor's kid, Rhonda. I had to find my own faith by turning away. Nothing compares to the love of Jesus and the peace he gives no matter what happens in your life. God bless you all. Amen. Beautifully said. Then I can guarantee you, Christy, that you deal with the different things with your fibromyalgia than I do. Hello, Dawn. You deal with different things than I do. It's unique. We're all different. But I'm thinking, goodness gracious, if I have fibromyalgia, all I want to do is wrap my arm around people that do. Tammy, I get it. The pain's not in your head. When I got diagnosed, and I did a video, if you go back and watch it, about tools, about how I was diagnosed. And doctor walked in, he pressed a couple things and said, here, pressed a couple things on my arm and said, yep, you have fibromyalgia. And that was it. Yep, the fatigue is harder. I agree with that, Christy, absolutely. And I'm going to have my other keeper on my channel to tell her story because she's got a pretty amazing story. But, yep. I mean, there's days I get up thinking, I just slept for 8 hours, and man, I could go back to sleep for 3. And I don't know what it was this afternoon because I was sitting there going, yeah, we got a lot of lifeboat people, crew members. They're just coming beside me, and they're just going to support me 100% here. I just sat there going, goodness gracious, I slept from 12 to 3, and then I woke up at 3, went back to sleep at 4, and slept till 10, I think. And I'm like, I should have plenty of sleep. And then I was like, I'm not tired, but I was really tired. And that's when but I woke up with a headache. That was the different thing. And then I thought, I don't need to go back to sleep, but I guess I did for like a half an hour with something over my eyes to avoid the sun or avoid the light, and that took away the headache. Yeah, I get it, Tammy. I get it. I get it. I have fibromyalgia, and my brother, chronic pain. I grew up near nuclear plant. Oh my goodness. I know. So we need to be nothing but supportive, and I'm not, I sit there and go, well, you know what? People aren't in my pain. I've been, there's one medication I can take, that's it. And it's got a stigma to it. I really don't care because you're not sitting in my pain every day. Fatigue is worse. It's due to the actual lack of sleep. Even though you've slept for 8 hours. You sit there going, I've slept for 8 hours. I should be fine. And there's been days I've gone, I slept really good last night, but yeah, I could go back to sleep for another 3. But then I have to look at it going, guess what? I've had about a week full of on and off insomnia. Ooh, isn't that lovely? And I did a couple videos back, saying, you know what? Going on the highway, I've struggled with because of panic attacks. Christy says, I hate when I feel like I am starting to come out of the fog and sleep right before bedtime, and it's frustrating. No time that I can sleep. That's when the crochet hooks come out for me. That's when I'm like, turn on the light, get the crochet hooks out, because now I got energy, and it's 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning, and I can't go to sleep. Yep, your hair is even sore. I get it, Rhonda. Absolutely, my hair. That's what I said. Sometimes putting makeup on actually is painful. That's why I don't always put it on, and it's expensive. That's why I come on the channel a lot, because I'm like, man, it hurts to, this hurts tonight. This is sore. All this is sore. So You're going to get yours out right now? Yeah. I use my crochet hooks as my tool of weapon, and a connection is the other thing. Connection, connection, connection. And if anybody's here from the Lifeboat, please go into the Lifeboat Facebook group, search for Mary Jones, and look up the Connection Project. We are accepting postcards for Tommy, Spanx, and Cedar. My P.O. box is in the description below. So if you're a Lifeboat crew member, I expect a postcard from Tommy. I want to overflow that box, y'all. There's a project we're doing for him. There's more information in the Facebook group, Connection Project, the number 4, TLB, Lifeboat, or TLB, abbreviated. And there's more details about what we're doing in there. So I'm looking for postcards. My P.O. box is down there. I'm not looking for anything, but my Amazon wish list is down there. If you want to support the channel, the Venmo account's down there. I think Venmo and Cash App, I think, are down there. You don't have to. I'm just thrilled to have people on. 17 people is a good number for me. And we're going to sit in the dark. Because I want the people to shine. It's not about me, y'all. Yeah, it's not about me. It's about everybody in the chat. People don't get this thing done. If they don't understand it, then my skin hurts to wear my sweatshirts inside out. I get it, Christy. There's a lot of times. What is the first thing us women take off when we come home? That thing we call a bra? Well, there's days I can't wear it. Because it hurts too bad. And if you're a woman, sorry you guys that are in here, but if you're a woman and you're dealing with fibromyalgia, your monthly time can be excruciating. This last time it was 3 days. I was just like, I was in agony. I mean, there was nights tears were rolling down my face. My husband was like, I just wish I could help. There wasn't anything you can do. I just had to get through it, but it's not in this head. People think it is. It's not in the head. It's in your body. Well, you know what? I'm going to say something about my husband. He did not have an easy life, but he has got, even despite the fact that he went through some struggles in his life, he's got the biggest heart you ever come across. His heart did not harden. I'm going to go visit with my son. He just finished a 30-mile bike ride alone. Oh, Lord. Well, tell him, did he do some bicycling for me? I can't get on a bike anymore. You'll leave the live on the TV. Well, I'm about ready to get off of here. I'm going to go have my tea because it's getting a little chilly. And we've been on longer than expected, but that's fine. We got to chit-chat. We got to see the sun. We got to see the moon. We got to see other things beside me. We got to laugh. We got to talk. Oh, my goodness gracious. Well, tell him the next time he does, can he do a mile for me, please? Good going for him. That's awesome. I'm going to start just trying to... I'm trying to do some calorie deficit a little bit. And I also want to just take a little bit of time to see if I can, even if I take my walker and just walk around our little thing once, and then maybe just start slowly increasing it. And I'm trying to get myself into somewhat of a schedule, food-wise, so I can plan my meals and do a lot more protein in my schedule and do stuff like that. I'm proud of you, honey. I know. That I don't think he can come on and talk about it, but maybe if he feels comfortable, I'll come on and talk about it. Because it's something that, unfortunately, what he just put in the comments is not something that... He's a miracle baby that he's even here. But there's not a lot of research done on it for people of his age. Usually it's diagnosed much younger, and if it's diagnosed much younger, then treatment can be done. And as they get older, they have more problems. But he's a miracle baby, absolutely. Rhonda, I don't regret any of it. For those experiences, I would not be the loving, faithful woman I am today. Miss Other Keepers, you are amazing, and I love you. And I have some happy mail from her, and I'm going to get it framed, and it is going on in my setup, proudly in my setup, and it is beautiful. And I'm going to put it on there, so when I go live, it's set, it's focused. It's on there. So I want to get him, if he feels brave enough one of these times, I'm going to get him on there because I think it's something to talk about. But he says that not in the sense, but just because unicorns to him are so rare, if non-existent, that the fact that he's even here on this earth is very rare. And he has a pretty amazing testimony. I'm very, very blessed. And our story about how we met is just God-driven from the start. And I don't put glass on it. Well, thank you for telling me I won't, but I will get a frame to put around it. And then I'm going to put it on my wall that I have my crochet. I think I can hang it on there pretty safely. And for those that do not know, Christina did tell it the last time she was on, I think. One of the times, my husband is going to be officially adopting her. Even as an adult, you can do it. And there's a whole story behind that. But the court date is April the 9th. So be praying that everything goes smoothly after back and forth stuff, because it was such an unusual case. Back and forth stuff and the paperwork, the trips to the courthouse. We finally got it. And I'm so excited for my husband and for my daughter. This means a tremendous amount for them. And I can say that this is something that my dad would have wanted. So this is honoring to my dad. So I can tell that story later on. And I will, because I think it's an important story of how somebody stepped in. Yep. Rhonda says, I agree. My Other's Keeper, our experiences teaches us life lessons, but I still feel bad for the people experiencing hurt. God bless you for your faith. He's an awesome dad. He treats Christina just like his own from day one. Well, you know what? It's true. Our experiences teach us something. Our experiences make us who we're going to be. And our experiences, I look back at my life thinking there's a lot of experiences that I don't know I'd be here today without them, and that I can use on this channel to talk about to help somebody else. Raising a child with autism was far from easy, but man, it's something that I can talk about. Having a service dog, or having her have a service dog, and dealing with diabetics in my family, and dealing with addicts in my family, dealing with fibromyalgia. And I'm like, Lord, I don't want all these battles, but he's given me so that I can help somebody else. So for people wondering why I'm in the dark, it's because we were watching the sunset. And because the focus is not me, it's in the communication and the connection that's happening right in front of us. And we have 22 people watching. Should that be a record for me? If I could do it and I wasn't so sore, I'd be doing the happy dance, y'all. So if 22 people on here and there's 13 thumbs, press them thumbs. Subscribe, connect, share me out. Let's get this channel growing, y'all. Let's get it growing. So you all have a good night. I'm going to try to come on tomorrow. Like I said, we are in the midst of trying. I can only sit and go through boxes in the garage. I can't do any bending. You do caregivers in people's homes. You need to get ready for the show. Love you, my friend. I love you too. My Other's Keeper, drop your link. She's got to do a show. And that's why I don't want to come on Tuesday too late, because I don't want people to miss her show. Because it's 7:30 Central and 8:30 Eastern Time. So if I ran you too late, I'm sorry. But check out My Other's Keeper. She has an awesome channel. Awesome, awesome channel. So I'm trying not to come on when the lifeboat comes on, and I don't want to come on so people can't get to My Other's Keeper. You're live tomorrow at 1:20 p.m. I will try. I'm on Miss Dragons, and I will try. But we're trying to get this garage taken care of. So if I don't come on, there's a reason why. But maybe we'll start doing it. If it's warm enough, I'll start doing it. Nice view. I always have to have the backdrop, can we? And Friday and Saturday I won't be on because we're going for that conference. And usually it's wonderful. It's at a local church here. It's wonderful, but it's exhausting and tired because you're just absorbing so much stuff. So usually by the time I come home, I'm coming home and crashing. And yes, God bless you, Christy. And that may be an interesting topic too to have about caregiving and caring. You know, if you go into people's homes caring for other people, caregiver in people's homes, that may be an interesting topic because my dad had that for years. We had to have help. So I don't think I'll be on Friday. Usually by Saturday I come home and sleep. And then Sunday we go to church and I just come home and I'm just chilled. So it may not be something that I do much towards the weekend. I did post my daughter's recent solo at church, so you all can watch that. And if you all just put me in your playlist, put Mary's playlist, and just put all my videos, and just let them run. Just put me over in the side and put it down low, and just let me chit-chat. Let's build those hours up. Because I really don't want to start all of this all over again next year. I don't know how that all works. I want to get my 3,000 watch hours in, and I want to get the 500 subscribers. We'll get there. I thank goodness for all your support. Thank you all for coming on tonight. This was nice. Sit out here, relax, chill, watch the sunset. And my home is just right there, so I don't have to do like Tommy did, because I won't be going very far to let you know I got home safe. So have a good night. Stay connected, y'all, and just remember, God loves you. He made you to be exactly who you needed to be, and he made you for the battles that you had to face in your life. And if you will lean on him and come to know his son, Jesus, that died on the cross for your sins, it will be life-changing, but that has to be up to you. And that's something that you need to have the discussion between you and him. And if anybody has any questions about that, please reach out to me. I'd be glad to discuss it if you'd like to, or direct you where I feel has that information that will answer some of your questions. So rest well, everyone. Exactly. Have a good night. I will see my people and my local crew members on the lifeboat in about an hour, and I probably will be very comfortable in bed by then, just relaxing and crocheting and having rest after doing some work. Have a good night. You're welcome. And please, Rhonda, never feel like, no, it was Rhonda, it was Tammy, excuse me. Y'all come on and talk up as much as you want. That's interaction, that's connection. Be fine. Subscribe, like, share. Let's get this puppy rolling. Love y'all. Stay connected. And I have your back, and I know you have mine too. Good night, everybody.